that it may have shortened the length of the day by 1.26 microseconds and moved the Earth's axis of rotation by 3 inches or 2.7 milliards seconds. Now, that may not sound like a lot to you, but to move an entire planet, 3 inches. Have you ever tried to move a refrigerator by yourself? Okay? Or to move a couch by yourself? I don't know if anybody, ladies, you go into your living room and say, you know what, I want the couch over there, and you try to move it yourself, and you don't just go over there and pick the thing up. If you do, I never want to meet you, okay? You never just go in and pick the whole couch up. Let's see, I think I'll set it here, and you set it down there. No, what we do is we go to the couch and we pick it up and we move it over about 3 inches and put it down. Then we go to the other end and move it over 3 inches and put it down. That's what happens. To move an entire planet 3 inches, it's just mind-boggling the amount of energy that was released at this earthquake in Chile. They were talking on the news this morning about all of our fruit and vegetables that we go to the supermarket and buy. They weren't grown here in Missouri, not this winter. They're grown in Chile. That is one of the most affluent nations in South America. They've really done well for themselves down there, stable government and all this stuff. And now their country is just literally turned upside down as a result of this earthquake. So Haiti and Chile, I mean, on two extreme ends of the economic idea, Haiti, one of the poorest, filthiest countries in the world, Chile, one of the most developed South American countries in the world. Something that I wasn't aware of when it comes to Haiti and Chile, and I don't know exactly what it means yet, but I'm going to show you a graphic here. I didn't know, but they are almost dead center north and south of each other. I mean almost in a dead straight line. Here again, I don't know what this means. You see there on the map there, I kind of put this together for you from our secret broadcasting compound at 1233 American Legion Drive. You can see there clearly that they are in a straight line north and south. And I'm going to share some things with you. Maybe a coincidence, but I'm not sure. Number one, I don't know of any current technology on the earth right now other than, massive nuclear bombs going off. And I mentioned HAARP a while ago, and I admit, I mean, I've looked into it, I've looked at some things, but the truth is we really don't know what HAARP is. And so I don't know how someone on this earth could have manipulated earthquakes the way these have been manipulated. But I want you to remember something. In fact, I want to keep my Bible here. We talked about these earthquakes here in Matthew 24 as a sign of the last days, and I will tell you that we've sort of waken up a little bit here because, I mean, now there's earthquakes going on all over the place. There was one in our area, the New Madrid Fault here in Missouri, massive earthquake in 1812. If something similar to that happened today, the devastation would be, I mean, it would be unbelievably bad, how bad it would be here. But anyway, there was an earthquake on the New Madrid Fault here, I think, last week. There was one in I think, Hong Kong yesterday. All these earthquakes are taking place all over the place. And I don't know, I'm not saying, boy, we're going to be raptured. It just any minute. In fact, I probably won't get done talking, we're going to be raptured. I'm not saying that. I am saying let's open our eyes and let's watch and see what's going on. I don't even remember where I was going. Oh, yeah, I remember now. Psalm chapter 2. I believe in a conspiracy. Don't you? Sure, you should believe in a conspiracy because there is a conspiracy. Psalm 2 is one of those places that talks about the conspirators. It says, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Well, because they're heathens. That's why. You ever wonder why lost people are so mad all the time? It's because they're lost. Why is it the Southern Poverty Law Center hates Christians? Because they're lost, okay? They don't get it. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Here it is. The kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together. That is a conspiracy. When people sit at a table or they go up to each other and they whisper in each other's ear and they say, I think we ought to do this, that is the very definition of a conspiracy. And so the kings of the earth set themselves and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against His anointed. So the conspiracy exists between the kings of the earth, the rulers of the world. Okay, the rulers take counsel together. Rulers of darkness is what Paul talked about. So I think a conspiracy must be spiritual in its context. You have to understand that spirits are the ones that are guiding this thing and the ones that are bringing this about. And it's against the Lord and against His anointed. So that would be God and us. So he says, number 3, let us break their bands asunder. Now I want you to think in this context. Okay? I've talked about the bands of marriage. I've talked about the bands that bind things, things that keep things from happening. Let us break their bands asunder. There is also another band. I'm fixing my tie here, okay? There is another, this little part of it here just keeps wanting to fly out and say, hi. Okay? So I'm going to keep him back in here. He doesn't belong on camera. Anyway, I don't normally talk to my tie, but anyway. Anyway, I want you to think of a band. I want you to think of something that is banded together. It is the 2 strands of deoxyribonucleic acid. Okay, I want you to think about that. They are banded together by the 4 base pairs, adenine, guanine, cytosine, thymine. That is a picture of the 4 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Okay, so I want you to think of that way. Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. We know that, and I'm going to get into this here in a little bit, and I'm going to show you from the Bible, if you have not been following us here, kind of what I mean by that. But I felt a nudge. You know, Jazz, our dutiful, wonderful webmaster, Jazz, down in a secret broadcast, not in a secret microcomputer server facility down in Ozark, Missouri. She always talks about how she gets these nudges every now and then from the Holy Ghost. And I do. I get these little nudges. Every now and then I get one of these, you know, God saying, do this. But the other night I got a nudge. And it was like God was saying, look at the dates. Mike, look at the dates. And I've had that happen before. And so, I was at home. I didn't have a computer in front of me. I didn't have internet or anything like that. So I thought, well, I'm going to wait till the next day. And I come in the next day, which I think was Wednesday, and I looked at the dates. The Haiti earthquake took place January the 12th. That date, nothing really significant about that day other than it's the 12th day of the year. The Chile earthquake took place February the 27th. Here again, nothing significant about that. There is a date in there in the middle. It is February the 2nd, which is the 33rd day of the year. If you remember the movie Groundhog Day, Groundhog Day was about the emergence of the God-man, because this man kept reliving his life all over again, dying and resurrecting and getting better, and he was climbing up the ladder of godhood on the 33rd day of the year, February the 2nd. The comic book series I have called The Son of Satan. The Son of Satan is the son of Lucifer and a human woman, and he is born on February the 2nd. There's all this stuff I talk about in some of our videos about that. So anyway, there's that day there. But anyway, there's something else that goes along with this. When I counted the number between the dates, January the 12th and February the 27th, I ended up with exactly 46 days. Now, if you